Peace. Peace. All right. Sorry about that. I was muted. So we'll get right into it. Got a man that's accused, allegedly, killing a little 5-year-old girl. I don't know what to say about this sort of stuff. This is tough, man. Bro, when we giving it up like this, bro, if this is what we was, if that's what we getting into, this is that's tough, man. It's tough. Very tough. So, that being said, let me share my screen. Let's see. Uh-oh. Sorry about that. All right. All right. Let's see if this, this should be big enough here. All right, y'all. So, here we go. This is a tough one. This is a tough one, man. But we're going to try to get through it. Well, we'll get through it. We'll be all right. Should be no problems. All right. So this is in Columbus, Georgia, which is about 2 hours south of Atlanta. A man, suspect in Georgia girl's killing, has history of abuse charges. Was a suspect in another child's death. Look how he looking. Anyway, a man suspected of abducting and killing a 5-year-old girl has a history of child abuse, the authorities said. Phoenix City, Alabama, which is 5 minutes from Columbus. A man suspected of abducting and killing a 5-year-old Georgia girl has a history of child abuse, including accusations he killed another child in Alaska. Jeremy Tremaine Williams, 37, of Columbus, is charged with capital murder in Alabama. The body of Camry Holland was found Monday night. The girl was found in a vacant house where Williams once lived in Phoenix City. I don't know well, I'm sure capital murder is death, probably. At the very least, life in prison. But it's probably gonna be death. He probably gonna he probably ain't he probably gotta die for this one. Not just because he's white, because I don't know if he's white or not, but I'm talking about the history. He's accused of another one, so they're probably gonna convict him here and probably send him to Alaska to face charges there too. I don't know. So let's read. She died. She appeared to have died of asphyxiation. Asphyxiation means when you are deprived of oxygen. In other words, you were choked to death. You choked a 5-year-old to death. Accused. Russell County Sheriff Heath Taylor said Tuesday at a joint news conference with Columbus Police and Russell County prosecutor. It's a sad time to have to speak about a 5-year-old. with having to work a case on a child who absolutely did nothing wrong, Taylor said. Rick Chansey, Chief Deputy District Attorney for Russell County, described the case as horrific and said that the facts continue to unfold as they have thus far. His office will seek the death penalty. Yeah, I hadn't. Now, make no mistake, I'm not lying. I had not read this article prior to what I said before. When you talk about capital murder, yeah, that's death penalty. At the very least. At the very most, death penalty at the very least is going to be at least life in prison without parole. So they're going to seek death. He's going to lay down for this one. He's going to lay on that gurney. I would ask that community thoughts and prayers remain with his family because this is a horrific experience that they're going through, Chansey said. The information they are learning about what Camry went through is just awful. Camry was reported missing in Columbus early Monday, according to authorities. The girl's mother called 911 about 6:15. Wow. To report that she awoke to find her daughter gone and the front door of the home open. Taylor said that the girl lived in Columbus with her mother, Christy Hoskins. The girl's father, Corey Holland, lives in Phoenix City. We just said Phoenix City and Columbus are neighboring. It's Alabama and Georgia, but it's like both of them are on the state line. So it's 5 minutes away. Detectives in Columbus developed Williams as a suspect, though Taylor did not say why or how. According to authorities, he is an acquaintance of Hoskins. Wow, but they were not in a dating relationship. Wow. Wow. Okay. So the guy knew the girl, knew the lady rather, and the lady and probably knew the lady's little daughter, Camry. Those investigators reached out to their counterparts in Alabama after receiving information that Williams might be in Phoenix City, which is directly across the state line. We began working with CPD, that's Columbus Police Department, at that time, and it wasn't long after that when we located Mr. Williams at the Bamboo Motel on Palaika Road, the sheriff said. Motel employees told deputies that Williams and his uncle who was staying there had arrived about 30 minutes before the investigators. Meanwhile, detectives had received information that Williams once lived at 1015 Avenue in Phoenix City, but the house was now vacant. Those across the state line, the empty home is less than 8 miles from where the missing girl was abducted. I told you, it's 5 minutes away, 8 miles. Agents went to that address, and it was at that time that we found the body of Camry Holland. Camry appeared to have been asphyxiated, but an autopsy was being conducted to confirm the cause and manner of death. Taylor added that the detectives are hopeful that DNA evidence will be found on the girl's body. It did appear from the scene that there was some sexual abuse. Because Camry is believed to have been slain in Alabama, Phoenix City, the case will remain in Russell County. Taylor said Williams has a long history of being accused of abusing children. Now let's pause right there. He faced multiple charges in 2009 in Russell County, but was ultimately acquitted of the charges 3 years later. Details of those accusations were not immediately available. I guarantee you, when they go to court, they're gonna have all the details. But he has a long history of being accused of abusing children. So now I'm going to say, number one, is there somebody going to be held responsible for letting this man out of here, or quitting this man 3 years later? So 2012, they let him go. This man been a free man, probably preying on other kids since 2012. 9 years probably. It's no telling. When you get a person like this who's sick in the head like this, that's not their first time. That's not their first rodeo. They've been doing it. And this is proof, in my opinion. This man been doing this. My thing is, why wasn't this even handled before it got to this? If I had a daughter and the mother accused a gentleman of abusing her or him, it's probably not going to, well, I'm not, let me be quiet. But let's just say it would seem like that process would be, y'all know what I'm saying. I ain't gonna let it get down this far down the road. This was 11 years ago. When he was 12 years ago when he was accused. He faced multiple charges. Multiple charges of abusing children. Multiple charges. He also had previous child abuse charges, plural, in Columbus. Brief recap now. Multiple charges in Russell County, which is Phoenix City. 2009. Acquitted 3 years later. He also has multiple child abuse charges in Columbus. The outcome in that case was unclear Tuesday. And then we have information where he was a suspect in a 1-year-old death in Alaska, where he was a suspect but never charged. The case could not move forward due to a lack of evidence. Okay, fine. Are they going to reopen that case? I'm sure they probably will, to give that family some closure. The sheriff said, let me blow this up again. The sheriff said he is confident that authorities have arrested the right person in connection with Camry's death. Few details of the evidence have been made public due to the time of the ongoing investigation. Assistant Columbus Police Chief Joyce Dent Fitzpatrick commended investigators both in her department and within Russell County Sheriff's Office for their hard work and collaboration. She echoed what Taylor said about the lack of information being released at this time. The sheriff said this is an early on investigation. For obvious reasons, we cannot disclose a lot of details about it. But the number one priority is getting closure for this baby who was taken away from us at this time of year. So this shows you how screwed up the system is. How many times this man got to be accused of abusing children before somebody believe what they say? How many times? Now y'all believe it because this young lady here was killed. Would have they never discovered that body at that place? Would have they never discovered that body? That's this man might be on the loose right now, abusing and killing other kids. What it's gonna take? You know what? It's sad that it took this. It's sad that it took this, but I know that he ain't the only. He's one of thousands of young men that's out here raping these little kids and getting away with it. In some cases, you got the mother who don't believe, and then in some cases, you got the mother who does believe, but the police don't believe them, or there's not quote unquote not enough evidence. I don't know about y'all, but I've never been accused of abusing a child, sexually or any other kind of way. Who go around just getting accused of abusing children multiple times and they ain't do it? How? How is that possible? I'll give you one time. Everybody deserves, I mean, people lie. So let's just say one time. Fine. So he got multiple in Russell County and multiple in Columbus, Georgia. And nobody's believed nothing. And now this young girl, he probably could have been locked up. Now this young girl had to pay the ultimate price. Now everybody want to say, oh yeah, we did a good job. Thanks for everybody. You see what I'm saying? All this stuff here, man. This is what ticks me off, you know. Before Georgia investigator reached out, and everybody, you know, shaking hands and saying, job well done. But you let this man go. You let this man go. You let him go. Now y'all want to all go shake hands and throw a party. Now you want to shake hands and throw a party. Mm. Just imagine that was your child, man. Mm. This lady wake up out of her sleep. I'm glad that he ain't kill her in her sleep. I'm glad he ain't killed her in her sleep. It's sad, man. We got killers like this on the loose all over. This dude, you know, this is crazy, bro. It's crazy. But this is what we dealing with. This is what we dealing with. We got such a weak justice system that's allowing this stuff to go on. How everybody lying on this one man? How is everybody lying? Everybody lying? Nobody ever accused me of such. Not once. But you got one man who they're accusing multiple times. Probably 5, 6, 7 times. And he went scotch-free. This is what's wrong with our justice system, man. This is sick. It's sad. But, like I say, hopefully he'll be laying on that gurney and, no other child will have to fall victim to this. That's the only good part about it. I'm praying for that. I feel so sorry for that mother. Lord knows, because she probably didn't even know about this stuff. I find it hard to believe that a woman, knowing that this man has a long history of abuse, that a woman would even been involved with this cat. They weren't sexually involved. They weren't in a relationship, but I wouldn't even been around them. Wouldn't even been around them. Sad. Anyway, y'all pray for the family. Moving on to the next story. This is a sad one, but like I said, hopefully he'll be laying down in that gurney with a couple of needles on the inside his arm. And, hopefully he get his life right before it's too late. That's all we can hope, because he on his way up out of here. If they prosecute him in Alabama, he out of here. He out of here. Mm. Anyway, y'all have a good night. And man, protect your kids, all you single mothers. Y'all need to do background checks on these men, man, before you do it. And I know it sounds crazy. I know I sound crazy. And I know it's probably not likely. But if that guy is into you enough, he'll do it. He'll do it. If he into you enough, he'll do it. If he's into you enough, he will do it. Y'all need to do a background check on these people, man. Now, that little girl had to pay for that. It ain't her fault, man. I'm just saying that may be something that we need to consider in the future. Doing background checks, man. Maybe I'll discuss that on another show, but yeah, this is horrible. Anyway, y'all enjoy your night. If y'all know anybody that's even accused of this, if you're dealing with somebody that's abusive, anything like that, man, turn them in. Get all the evidence you need, get everything together, turn them in. If the law don't do something about it, then you need to contact somebody else that can do something about it. Y'all know what I mean. But I'd rather something be done about it before it gets to this point and escalate with this child being raped and killed. This could have been stopped way before, probably. But nobody wanted to do anything about it. Everybody think, oh, he good, he straight. Sad, man. Anyway, peace out, y'all.